It's Wrecking Ball Radio.
Shut up and entertain me.
There's no rules. There's no rules.
Holy sh**, it's amazing.
I see her sarcasm and nastiness grow.
This is Davin's Den.
Hello, everybody. You are watching or listening to Davin's Den. Yes, Davin's Den, the show that is better than being the opening act at a Trump rally. Ew. That is a tough assignment, as luck would have it. I am your host, Davin Rosenblatt, and I am joined by Mr. SpaceX himself, Joe Curry.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Joe. And the woman who orbits the Earth, our own little personal satellite, Pip Helix. Hello, Pip.
Hi, everybody.
Although her background looks like she's in hell. Okay. On the show, scammers, we'll get to that. We are coming close to the election. Next week when we're on the air, it will be election night. Then probably we'll talk about politics next week. Then probably the week after. Then I hope to not talk about it so much. Then I hope we can go back to normal and talk about other Michigas.
I think people that do shows that people that are just bystanders and civilians, I think we've all had enough.
Well, yeah, that's the Trump. Well, I mean, that's the Trump effect. Let me tell you something. If he's president, it's going to be like it was from 16 to 20. It's going to be everywhere. All right, couple things. Then we'll get into the little rally. So driving with my wife the other day, and she turns to me and she goes, "I'm glad Trump never ran as a Democrat." And he was a Democrat, and I said to her, "Why? If he ran as a Democrat, I just wouldn't vote Democrat." It seems pretty easy. I mean, if you don't like somebody, don't vote for them.
It's the pain of association.
No, but I mean, like, if there was somebody who you found so repugnant, then don't vote for them. They don't. That's what it is. They represent you. And if you go, well, this person doesn't represent me, I'm not going to vote for you. It's very easy. At least for me it is. I know it's not for a lot of people. I know people, identify, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Trumpster, I'm a liberal, I'm a conservative. I feel your pain. I identify as a Jets fan. None of it is good.
None of these teams are winning right now.
No. And I'm gonna make a Jets Donald Trump comparison shortly. But the other thing, so we voted early. I want to demystify some things. We voted early, so we've had this conversation on the show, and we took different positions. You should have to have identification to vote, which I understand that argument, and I've always said that's cool, as long as the government supplies that identification for people that can't afford it. Because there are very poor people, and otherwise it's very discriminatory. If the state or the...
$10.
Right, and some people don't have it. I hear...
you should be responsible enough to have identification.
I hear you every week telling me how tight money is, and you have a good job. For some people, they don't have that.
I didn't, and I wanted to be an adult and move myself up in stature as an adult and spend a time. You're an adult. You need proper identification.
No, not really.
That people afford it. It's not valid.
But there's no reason not to give it.
Society, you need to get identification.
There's no reason not to supply it. It costs the state or the federal government next to nothing. There's no reason not to do it. So there's that. So in New York State, you do not need a photo ID. So how does that process work? Here's how the process works. So we sent away for a mail-in ballot for my daughter, because she's away at school, not living here. First year, she can vote. She happened to be here this weekend, and they started the early voting, which Republicans are doing very well in. And the early voting, they're showing a lot of Republicans are voting early, which is surprising because I thought everybody had to vote on election day. It turns out everybody likes to vote at their convenience. Funny how that works, and it's a good thing. Make it as easy to vote as possible. Let the chips fall where they may. Okay, so we wait about 45 minutes online, and my daughter gives her name, and it says, "Oh, you sent in for a mail-in ballot." They have this on their records there. And we're like, yeah, can she still vote? No. You can either do the mail-in ballot and drop it off, or you have to fill out an affidavit. So we decided, okay, she'll go home, we'll fill it out, and we'll drop it in the ballot box. So they are on top of things. So what is the process like in New York State where you do not need a photo ID? Here's how it works. They ask you your name. They check the name. They ask you that you live. They see that you are where you're supposed to live. Then you sign in, and they have a copy of your signature. So in order to fake it and risk all these federal penalties and wait online, and really nobody likes to fucking vote, it's not like you get a blowjob or a guy goes down on a girl if you vote. The best you get is a sticker. It's really not that exciting. It is very anticlimactic. I would like ponies. I would like gumdrops. I get none of that. I get a sticker, which I don't even take. So they have the signature. So in order to forge it, you would have to know the name of somebody, where they live, and spend hours trying to forge a signature. That's what you would have to do to pose as somebody to commit a federal crime, and that is how you get out of the picture ID scenario. So that is New York State. Just wanted to demystify it for people. Not like you can walk up, not like you can vote twice. They are on top of things. I can only speak for New York, but in New York, we are on top of things. So as much as I would like to vote 1,000,000 times, I'll just have to settle for once. So that's New York. Okay. Does everybody understand? Have you guys voted yet?
Not
No,
yet.
not yet. I'll vote on election day.
All right. Joe's going to vote on election day, and then he's going to tell me he was running late and he didn't get to vote.
No, absolutely. I'll be there to vote.
You-
Be there to vote. Know exactly where to vote.
I hope so. Hope you're not wandering around. Sir, may I drop my ballot here, sir? I'd like to vote for Trump here. No, sir, I know. Why, you damn liberal? Why can't I vote here?
You want to know something? And I don't know if we had the conversation. I don't know with Jojo. Basically, yeah, we go back and forth here. You know, I go on Facebook. I'm actually going to be on Bonnie Scalici's show. After ours, we're going to talk politics.
No, you're not. You're both going to blow Trump. I know her politics. Stop it.
I was telling Joe's girl that when I go to vote, there is no fanfare. I mind my own business. I just keep quiet. I know.
Like when you get ready for the meeting, there's a lot of us. You get ready. It's this, it's that, it's that. And then it's showtime. And then everything is done. You go off what you have to do. So I'm not going to be there with an Uncle Sam hat with Trump on it.
Funny you should mention that, Mr. Curry. Funny you should mention that. So we're online in the chilly weather on Saturday, and coming out is a guy in a t-shirt with the decal of the Trump assassination attempt under the flag shirt. It's like, okay, dude. It's like going to your favorite sports team and wearing their jersey. Okay. I don't know why you have to wear that to vote. As Joe said, there's no fanfare, but you want everybody to know who you voted for. It's your right. Have at it.
I know, but like I said, I don't. When it comes down to actually voting, there's no fanfare. I go, and the thing about the signatures, yeah, they do it. But when I lived over at my old house, the woman that used to run the street, so I'd have to drive with the signature. She's known me since I was 7, but you still have to, you sign in when I'm here. You go up to the table and you
Right, so that's how you do it without a picture ID. It's not like somebody's studying somebody's fakakta signature just to vote and then studying a bunch of other people's signatures. If you say, I mean, and they do look. I'm not saying they examine every squiggle, but I mean, you got to get it close. And how many people are going to do that? That's why voter fraud is so minute. Now, what is disconcerting is, and I haven't read the story, but I just saw a quick blurb. Apparently, some ballot boxes have been set on fire. I think we got to do.
I saw that as well, and I think it was from like a radical left group.
Whether it's left or right.
That's if they were doing it.
Whether it's left or right, I think we got to do a better job of protecting the ballot boxes. I don't care who did it, and it's a federal crime. And if they catch whoever did it, they're gonna suffer. But so where I have to drop my daughter's ballot off is actually inside. Maybe they should be inside a supermarket or something like that, where it's a little harder to destroy stuff, inside of a building instead of outside. I don't know. Some people. All right. So.
I kept kicking that fucking robot. You ever run into that damn robot?
Yeah, we spoke about it before. Nobody likes it. Well, yeah, I don't do that. I want to, but I don't. Maybe you're a better person than me.
Asshole, he's in the middle of the frozen section. Get the fuck out of the way, right in front of the green bean.
Well, he's making sure everything's in stock for you. That's what he's doing. What do you want me to tell you? What do you want me to tell you?
Whatever the hell it is.
Listen, some inventors invent rockets that go to Mars. Others invent robots that keep track of green beans. I invent none of that shit. I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
I can't help you with that. But I do feel the same pain that you do. I just don't beat the shit out of it because I'm a little bit more controlled. But I don't like it.
Oh, that's you.
I live vicariously through you. All right. So, we got to talk about this. It almost could be a comics in the news. But there was a Trump rally, and we have to talk. We have to talk about this because there are certain things.
I didn't know if you wanted to or not. I have no problem. I didn't know if you wanted to because it's been so talked about. I was going to suggest it, but I didn't know how you felt. So yeah, I'm okay. Don't get me wrong.
All right, there are certain things that I am very confident about. Hack Comics are going to hack. The New York Jets are going to jet. And if you're a Jets fan, you know what that is. And Donald Trump is going to Donald Trump. And I've been saying that. Remember when Biden shit the bed during the debate and everybody's like, he got to get out? I'm like, yeah, that sucked. I'm like, yeah, but Trump is going to Trump. Just hold on. And we're in the home Trumpity Trump stretch. Donald Trump reminded everybody what a shit show it is. So there's this rally at Madison Square Garden, which is in the middle of Manhattan, which is a historic arena. Donald Trump is not going to win Manhattan. Not a shot in hell. With the rally, without the rally. It's too liberal, and everybody in New York knows Donald Trump, and they hate his fucking guts. So this was a vanity play. He could have been at a swing state holding a rally there. This was supposed to be the closing thing for Donald Trump. There were 30 speakers, because who the fuck wants to be understated? 30 speakers before Donald Trump. And we'll get through some of the stuff that happened. First thing I got to bring attention to, Hulk Hogan, who's a Trump supporter, comes out. I've said it on social media. I said it here. I was never a Hulk Hogan fan. It has nothing to do with his politics. I always liked the bad guy, Rowdy Roddy Piper, the heel. He was always more interesting to me than say your prayers and eat your vitamins, brother. Never, always wanted him to lose in the 80s. He always won. He beat King Kong Bundy. He beat Ravishing Rick Rude. He beat Piper. It sucked. Always rooted for him to lose. Anyway, he's a Trumpster. That's okay. So they trotted Hulk Hogan out at the Republican rally. Okay. They trot Hulk Hogan out from Madison Square Garden. Hulk Hogan's had a lot of big matches at Madison Square Garden. Hulk Hogan beat the Iron Sheik to take the title from him in Madison Square Garden. Huge win. Big in wrestling history. All right, they bring out Donald Trump, and then Hulk Hogan with his theme song. I was singing it to Pip on the pre-show. I like the theme song. It's cheesy. It's 80s. It scratches me where I itch. So they bring out the Hulkster, and he comes out, and he gets behind the podium, and I've never seen this happen in Madison Square Garden with Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan lost the match. Who was Hulk Hogan wrestling? His fucking shirt. He was trying to take off his shirt to rip it off, because that's what he was known for back in the day. He would rip the shirt, rah, brother. So, and then he posed. He could not get the shirt off. It was hilarious. A 75-year-old man trying to rip a tank top that apparently wasn't pre-cut for. Now, I'm not saying I would do a better job at ripping it. I probably most certainly would not.
Probably throw you wrong.
But yeah, I might. But I'm not known for ripping my shirt, and I'm certainly not going to do it in front of 20,000 people. So he's struggling to rip off this shirt, and at best he shows a nipple. Like the shirt does not go quietly into the good night. So the shirt kind of stays on, and he has to take it off, and underneath is a Trump Vans shirt, and then he goes into the Trump jerk-off dance. Okay, Hulkster, if this is what you want to go out as, that's fine. Hilarious. For all of the wrong reasons. No, did you see any of that?
No, you know what? I thought it was on later than it was, and I was asleep all afternoon. So I got in late from up in Mohegan, so I got up. I missed the damn thing. I missed it live. I actually was going to go to the America First warehouse because Joe was playing. Joe Cumey was playing after the live video they were doing from there.
All right.
I missed out on that, but I didn't see it.
All right. Well, good thing I saw. So here's an article we will discuss. We will get into Tony Hinchcliffe, who I had never really heard of before, who's the comic who opened the show. But you can't go by me by not knowing who comics are. You can't. I mean, I know who one comic is, and his name is Joe Curry, and that's because he's here every Tuesday. That's it.
I hope.
So this is the article. The former president's Madison Square Garden rally was billed as the opening salvo and his closing argument to voters just 9 days before the election. Or as Kamala Harris says, thank you. There were signs of closing message scattered throughout Trump's speech. He opened his remarks by asking attendees if they were better off than they were 4 years ago. Can I just pull that aside for 1 second? And I don't want to get into a whole big thing. I know a lot of Trump supporters generally speak to the first 2 or 3 years of the presidency that they were happy with. If you've heard this show, Pippa and I were not happy with that. Be that as it may. That's fine. That's regardless. The last year and a half, 2 years, we had riots in the street, we had a march on the Capitol, and we had body bags and refrigerator trucks in the city. Now, I'm not one to blame Daddy for everything. I'm not that guy. I know everybody likes to think Daddy's going to fix it all and Daddy's to blame. I'm not that guy. I'm not blaming Donald Trump for all that. But if you ask me that question, then when he left office, yes, that shit's not going on. It's a stupid thing to ask, but I get it. People want to remember. I guess politically, people don't remember. I remember. I'm not a goldfish. Be that as it may. I mean, I do. And like I said, I'm not blaming him for all this shit that happened at the end. Blaming him for some of the shit. I'm not blaming him for everything. That's ridiculous. That's immature. That's what people who are intellectually stupid or dishonest do. I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying, at the end, was a really tough time for our country. And you can't take away from that. The history books will show it was really hard, and it was hard all over the world. Again, I'm not blaming Donald Trump for all of that. I'm just not going to pretend that it didn't happen and that things didn't suck. I mean, but whatever. All right. So he asked, were you better?
Things were better than you say it was up until the pandemic.
But that's not what they asked, Joe. They asked were things
up until the pandemic.
Well, that's not the question, Joe. He asked, were you better off than you were 4 years ago? It wasn't, are you better off up until the pandemic? It was, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? That's the question. Maybe you should be. I've said it before. I don't know why you're not in the writing sessions. I don't know why you're not an advisor. You could certainly help. But somehow he hasn't found you yet. And it's my mission for him to find you. He could do a lot worse than you. And he has, actually. He routinely does, as luck would have it. On issue after issue, Kamala broke it, but I will fix it. And we're going to fix it, Trump said later, as supporters seated behind the stage waved signs that said Trump will fix it. Again, that's the daddy thing. That's not understanding how government works. It's a very simple message for very simple people. I explained it here before. What they want to do and realistically what they can do are two totally different things. So
Harris hasn't been really upfront of what she's going to
actually, she has. She has. She's put out policy after policy, and she speaks on policy. Now, is she going to be able to do all those things? No, she won't. But she's saying what she will do, and she's saying how she will do it. But she won't be able to do it because no president gets to do everything they want to do. You know, if you get off a couple of major things, it's a pretty good accomplishment. To be fair about it. I mean,
what's one thing she said that she would take care of, and how would she do?
She was talking about tax cuts for the middle class. She was talking about entrepreneurs, black entrepreneurs. Oddly enough, she was talking about, as this was going on, helping Puerto Rico. There's a lot of stuff. I'm not her spokesperson. But she has been speaking on things.
Why not help entrepreneurs? Period. And why does it have to be black?
No. The program is for entrepreneurs, period. The program is for
Why did she say black
Because
entrepreneurs?
she's trying to talk to black men, making them aware of these particular things, making them aware that these grants are available to them. That's why.
Well, I hope that they make the neighborhoods that they're in safe and they don't have to lock everything up with a padlock.
All right,
crime policies that she doesn't have a problem with.
all right. Well, she will be the president. She won't be the fucking police chief. She won't be the governor. She won't be the mayor. You know, the presidents can't do everything. People got to stop that. It's like we're 10. We're not 10. We're fucking adults. They can't do everything. They certainly can lean into certain things, but there's some things they just can't control. What?
They can stand behind.
Listen, man, the Republicans can't say she was too hard on black men when she was the district attorney and the attorney general, and then say she's soft on crime. Pick a fucking side. You know, I don't care what side you pick. You just can't jump back and forth. Anyway, I'll go on. So Trump will fix it. But those looking for a clearer, more concise message heard more of the same from Trump as he repeated many of his same attacks on President Harris's intelligence, described the U.S. as an occupied country because of the surge in immigration at the southern border, and emphasized his plans to impose tariffs on foreign imports and companies that outsource production. The Wall Street Journal, which is owned by Rupert Murdoch, said that Trump's plan would sink the economy. It's not me. That's the Wall Street Journal. Take that as what you want. These people are way smarter about economics than I am. The former president repeated many of the same anecdotes he tells at other rallies, including one about watching a SpaceX launch and another claiming New York City Mayor Eric Adams, Democrat, was indicted on federal corruption charges for speaking out about the surge in migrants in the city. Or he might have done this shit. You know, he might be fucking guilty. We'll find out.
It could be, but it does seem in a way that there are steering things towards him because he was looking for getting funds for all the migrants that are overrunning the city, and Biden turned his back on. And I think that they have a problem with that.
Or he's a corrupt motherfucker. One of those things. He might be a corrupt motherfucker. There is that possibility. I mean, other mayors have been corrupt, not in New York. We've never had this before in New York. But Chicago's like, welcome to our world. Who knows? I don't know.
The Democrats are known to weaponize the judicial system, and this might be a case.
No, that's actually not true. That's not true. Donald Trump is known to say that, and Donald Trump is known to have tried to do that, and that's why he fired his first attorney general, because he wouldn't do that. Nobody's weaponizing.
But nobody has been put under the scrutiny. You can see the weaponization. You can see Letitia, I forgot her last name, the attorney general here, has been on a promise. She ran on trying to get Trump and Letitia James, and she's been weaponizing the judicial system in New York for the past 4 years.
Everybody lean in. Everybody lean in. Get close. I'm going to tell you guys a secret. If you don't want to get in trouble with the law, don't do fucking crimes. I mean, are we law and order or not law and order? I don't care who you vote for. If you're a criminal, you're a criminal. I don't care. It's that simple.
You can't see the extent of this.
No, I don't. I think in Eric Adams' case, he's going to get tried in front of a jury of his peers, and we'll see what happens. That's all. He'll have his day in court. He's not my daddy. I'm not emotionally invested. If he's innocent, then good. Let him continue to mayor and do mayor things. And if he wants to fight with the Fed, be let it. If he's guilty, bye-bye, motherfucker. I don't care. That's law and order. I'm a very simple person. Listen.
I'll agree.
Thank you for that. I see what you did there. And then we have Tucker Carlson. Holy shit. He was screaming like a girl, and I don't mean to insult girls, but it really was in that pitch, calling Kamala Harris low IQ Samoan Malaysian. She's none of those things. Also the other day he was at a Trump rally, and he was like, and this was kind of creepy. He's like, it's like when daddy comes home and you've been a bad girl and daddy's home and daddy's going to spank you. But just picture that in a Tucker Carlson voice with crazed eyeballs and shrieking like a little girl. This guy's off the fucking reservation. Holy shit.
I never liked him, and and like I said, I'm not, and you've known that we've had a conversation. I don't like him. I don't like his debate style. He never gives the opponent a chance to talk.
But Joe, daddy's home, and he's gonna spank you like a little girl because you've been naughty. are we doing? What are we
I,
doing?
I tell you, when I heard about that, that made my nipples roll up and hide in my armpits. I'm just terrified.
And
Ew,
listen,
ew,
if you've
ew.
ever smelled Pip's armpits, you know that's a fate worse than death. So those poor nipples.
Yeah, they were. You know that was terror. If that's their alternative choice.
Melania made an appearance, which was nice. Robert F. Kennedy was there. Speaker Mike Johnson, J.D. Vance, Donald Trump Jr. All right, so let's see. Musk and Carlson in particular become popular with Trump's base. Yeah, this we know. Let's see. Trump spoke at a rally in Georgia. I told you guys about that. Comedian Tony Hinchcliffe. Have you guys heard of Tony Hinchcliffe before all of this?
No.
No.
Yeah, me neither. Like, I saw a few minutes of his podcast a few weeks ago. I'm like, oh, he's got pretty good guests, I guess. But they just kind of roast each other, maybe, and it seemed amateurish and open mic-ish. But apparently he's known, I guess. All right. So his podcast is Kill Tony. And he's the one. Before I get him, he's going to be the crux of it. You have Sid Rosenberg, who's a.
I'm sorry to interrupt. So that's what the part, because I keep on seeing people say "kill Tony." Making comments. Oh, I'm going to get a gig, but "kill Tony's got it." So that's the right.
I'll go into the material. We'll spend the majority of our time on that since we're comics, and that is our area of expertise. But they had Sid Rosenberg there. They had. She's some sick bastard, that Hillary Clinton. What a sick son of a bitch. That whole fucking party. So then they have people. Then they had somebody who called Kamala the Antichrist, and then they had some. I mean, it was just all sorts of crazy shit. Somebody called her and her pimp handlers like she's a prostitute. This is the closing argument. This is to get the people that aren't sure if they're going to vote for Donald Trump. This is what we're trotting out. This parade of misfits and degenerates. A bunch of old fucking guys who are ugly and can't get laid and just making up shit. Not here's why you should vote for Donald Trump, because he's going to do X, Y, and Z for you. He's going to make this better. He's going to fix this, that, or the other thing, which is traditionally a closing argument. And if I was there as a surrogate of Donald Trump, I would try to make him sound as good as possible. You know, that would be the job. But then there's Tony Hinchcliffe. He was the opening act. He was the comic. And for what I understand, he was Barron Trump's choice. So the 18-year-old Barron Trump. I don't know if that's true. I saw it on social media, so I'm not saying it's 100% true, but it's possible. So Tony Hinchcliffe is known as a roast comic. So he goes up there and he does like Latinos like to have babies, like to have babies. There's a floating pile of garbage in the ocean. It's Puerto Rico. That's fucking smart to do. Let's see. Jews are cheap. Points out a black guy. Oh yeah, yesterday we were carving watermelons. Tony Hinchcliffe, ladies and gentlemen. Tony fucking Hinchcliffe, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what though? Look.
Are you going to defend this?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Get the smelling salts.
But I know I did look at the clip, and people, there was a lot of nervous because it wasn't like people were going nuts.
No, I never said they were.
But he was not.
All right, let's break this down. Let's break this down. This guy's hired. He's a roast comic. That's cool. His best line, by the way, he said something about Hillary Clinton. His best line, because I'll give him credit for the line I like the best. If in 3 weeks I commit suicide, way to beat, I didn't. Great fucking line there. Great line for that raw audience. It's about, Hillary Clinton killing people. Great fucking line. The rest of it, trash. Here's how you do that. Here's how you do that. You were doing 10 minutes. This is a corporate gig. This is a political gig. You don't do racist shit. You don't do misogynistic shit. You know what you do? You make fun of Kamala Harris. You make fun of Tim Walz. You make fun of Democrats. You make fun of liberals. You make fun of yourself. That's how you do it. That's how you do that.
We were doing a show Thursday, the first show Thursday up there. It was an entertainment production group that was having a gathering there, and it was pretty much a corporate gig. So I was like, no politics, no nothing. I went up, yes, sir, and I went up and did my squeaky clean set. I didn't even go there.
Here's the thing.
Common sense anyway.
Tony Hinchcliffe is not new. He's been doing this at least 18 years. Here's what I think really happened. He knows this audience. I don't know what Tony Hinchcliffe is a Trump supporter. I couldn't tell you what he really thinks about anything. He's a Trump supporter. He's been a Trump supporter. That's fine. He knew the audience. He goes, these people will like these racist jokes. That's what he thinks of the Trump audience. And Joe said it wasn't like they were going nuts for it, and you're absolutely right. They were. I'm not saying he killed with all that stuff. But this is what he thinks that audience goes for, which is damning in its own fucking right if you think this is what I have to do. You're doing 10 minutes. It's a tough gig. Listen, man, make fun of Kamala's laugh. Make fun of Tim Walz not remembering when the hell he was in China. Make fun of Tim Walz waving like an over-exuberant 5-year-old. Make fun of the fact that we haven't seen Kamala Harris in 3.5 years. There's tons of shit you can do where you would have gotten laughs and make fun of the media. They're right there. There's tons of shit you could have done. But here, and this is why I've always been down on most conservative comics and not Joe. I've always thought Joe's always been a good writer since Pip and I met him. When Pip and I met Joe, we knew Joe was good. He was a better writer than us. No, it's true. No, it's true, and I think your political writing's gotten better in the past 5 to 10 years. But here has always been my criticism of conservative comics, most conservative comics, and why it doesn't work, and why Hinchcliffe did what Hinchcliffe did. He punched down. It does not work. You are an asshole.
Not only did he punch down, like when he said, "Oh yeah, there's a bunch of garbage floating around in the war. It's Puerto Rico." Now, Puerto Rico had that reputation, and it's been goofy.
No, it doesn't.
Huh?
Puerto Rico doesn't have that reputation. Puerto Rico's like every other country. There's good parts, there's bad parts.
Right, because it leads into what you were saying. If Puerto Rico had that reputation, it's like, come on, we all know that. So what you said, it never had that reputation. It never was known for that. The joke not only is insulting, it makes no sense when you can't.
Come on, we all do that. It's no, he never was known for that. What are you doing? You're absolutely right. The joke doesn't make sense, and it's punching down. I don't know why, as a comic, as a writer, and people like that, you would even do that joke.
Well, I told you why. Because that's what he thinks this crowd wants. Which, if I'm a Trump supporter and I don't think that way, I'm fucking insulted.
But the thing about it is like, even if, like I said, it's stupid. Well, that's what they might want. But the joke doesn't make sense.
Oh.
If Puerto Rico had a reputation, or was brought up, or so on and so on, they'll enjoy it because they don't know that. It was never known for that. It was never a goof on that. It was something that was put out there was hateful, and I'm not a honey bunch, but there was no substance.
And if you're going to stick your foot out, okay, you damn well have an explanation or a preamble why you're going there, why you said that. You just can't say that for a shock value on something that doesn't have any relation to what you're goofing on.
Well, you know what's funny is the little Trumpsters all over the internet, they're like showing images of like trash in Puerto Rico now to try to prove their point. What's even more disturbing is these fucking comics that are Trump supporters that are defending it. Oh, you're a bit offended, blah blah blah. Oh, he was great. Here's the thing. I don't get offended. I get offended at bad comedy writing. I'm offended as a fucking comic. Really? Black people like watermelon? That's what you're doing, dude? 10 minutes, MSG, your guys fucking rally, you're the opening act, you're a known commodity to fucking people. This is what you're doing? Ugh, as a comic, I'm offended. I even put it on Facebook. You know what? Just call Donald Trump up. Let's do the arms, and we're driving the car, and I'm reaching over, and I'm grabbing her pussy. Fucking do that. Let's do that. I mean, what are we doing here? Tony Hinchcliffe is a fucking zero. I know he's got a way better career than I do. I understand it. He showed me nothing. As a comic, like I said, I wouldn't have cared if he made fun of Kamala, or Tim Walz, or Democrats, or liberals, or the media, all that shit. Do it, I'll laugh.
But there's enough there. There's enough there.
Yeah, sure.
Making a comment about the garbage floating in the ocean and in Puerto Rico, it has this no merit.
That way. It's like we don't have anything that thinks that way. It just seems like it's pure hate. If you're gonna do one, you have to have an angle. You go, oh yeah, that wasn't right, but that's anyway. No, it doesn't make any sense.
So, as you would imagine, Puerto Ricans are outraged, as you would imagine. So there's between 50,000 and 500,000 Puerto Ricans in each of these battleground fucking states. And, most people think the election's going to be at the margins. And now you've activated the Puerto Ricans. Now, not every Puerto Rican is going to vote. Not everyone is of age to vote. But you have activated them. The smart thing, and again, like I say, Trump is going to Trump. He's like the fucking Jets. You know they're gonna fuck it up because they suck and they're losers. The Jets won one time also, just like Donald Trump. Okay, this happens in front of you. The first thing you do when you get out there, you're in New York, there's Puerto Ricans all over the place. I don't agree with that. That does not represent. You put that behind you. You throw Tony Hinchcliffe under the bus. God knows you throw everybody else under the bus. You throw him under the bus. Goodbye. Speaking of trash, how about that opening set? That was trash. Ugh. Get the stink of that set off of you, Donald Trump, and let's move on to you doing what you were going to do, playing the hits, Enemy Within, which, by the way, is the same thing.
This would be that night at the rally?
Yes, okay. He didn't do it that night.
You know what, though? It's just was Hinchcliffe one of the first on?
He was the opening act.
He was the first guy up. I don't even think by the time Trump got up there, I don't think the feedback was even going on at the show.
Dude, you're there. Yeah, he's reading off a teleprompter. He's representing you. You have to know, and you have advisors who are telling you. Trump was getting compliments up until recently about what a disciplined campaign he was finally running. And as I said, Trump is always going to Trump, so he doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything that night. Fine. The next day or today, he doesn't say anything the next day. Today he goes, oh, I didn't hear the comments. I don't know what he said. You fucking liar, you. You're always paying attention to your name in the headlines. This is your chance to disavow it. But Trump is always gonna Trump. He's always gonna fuck up the easy shit. And he couldn't even do it now. So now you've activated the Puerto Ricans, who maybe some of them were gonna vote for you before. But listen, here's the thing. If I invite you to my house, and I say, yeah, this house sucks. It's falling apart. I can say that. If you go and say, yeah, I was at Davin's house, it sucks, it's falling apart, we're going to fucking fight. I can talk about my shit. You can't talk about my shit. Unbelievable. Right. Unbelievable.
I think that's yeah, but I think the way the news cycle is, the election's a week away. I think it's going to die down.
Joe, it's a week. It's a week. This was supposed to be the closing argument. That's what this whole Madison Square Garden thing was. How do you let this happen? Unless you're Trump. Trump is going to Trump. It can't happen. And once it did happen, fucking course correct. Distance yourself from that. You're a week away. This isn't January. Come on, man. So.
I don't know. It felt kind of on brand about the whole divisiveness of, trying to take the country and turn it into them and us. I mean, it's the whole place is a dumpster fire. There's no cohesiveness in the country. We're so torn apart. And this
What place is a dumpster fire? Wait, hold on. What place is a dumpster fire?
the United States.
It most certainly is not.
It, it is in the political discourse we have going
Oh,
on.
that's different. That's different. Yes, our political discourse is unserious, immature, and gross. But the country is a fucking big, beautiful, powerful country, the envy of the world. I hate when people shit on the country. We got problems. We got a lot of problems, like a lot of countries.
What I think she means between, and I've said this before, but between the political parties relying on the media and media relying on ratings and the politicians and the media looking to push their narrative, everybody is push everybody into their own corner.
Yeah.
If you talk to everybody, everybody wants the same thing. But because we have us in our own corner, the optic isn't there. And I believe that's what this means.
Well, it's just like taking, one particular issue and just saying, see, if you believe in me, it's us against them. That's why I think that it is so powerful and dark for Trump to be saying, the enemy within, because he's talking about fellow Americans. And that's kind of like
No,
the
he's
same.
talking about illegal immigrants.
No, he's not. No, he's
No.
not.
No.
Military
No.
tribunals for
As-
Pelosi, for Schiff. That's what he's talking about. That's what he has said.
He said it, and I saw it come out of his
Well,
face
to me,
hole.
they're the enemy within because they're in for the destruction of the country.
That's not true. They disagree with you politically.
You want to interpret. No, you want to interpret what he said. There's no need to, because you could see him saying it. You could hear him saying it. And he was talking about fellow Americans. He was talking about Pelosi. He was talking about Schiff.
He's the enemy within.
They're the enemy within.
You know who the enemy within is? The enemy within is what Donald Trump's ex-wives muttered while he was fucking them. Oh, from the enemy within. That's what the enemy within is, and that's where stupid got it from. Just like he never invented Make America Great Again. The motherfucker is a con ripoff artist. Poor Ivana was muttering that. Oh, Donald, you're the enemy within. Oh, maybe I'll use that one day. That's where that fucking came from. And that, by the way, is how you fucking do political satire. Not Puerto Ricans and Jews and black people like watermelon. And listen, to the point, and then we'll take our break. I'm not going to say I've never done stereotypical shit. Not going to say that at all. Absolutely. There's a difference between a Moose Lodge in the middle of Pennsylvania and Madison Square Garden at a political event. It's just a different animal. And you don't do that stuff. Listen, we get rid all the shit we can't do for like a little corporate fundraiser for 30 people. And you can't talk about this and you can't say that. And you just go, okay. Do you know what they took out? You know what they didn't let Hinchcliffe say? They didn't let him call Kamala a cunt. That's supposedly what didn't make the set. Are you kidding me? So they were.
Are you serious?
That's what I've heard. And they're like, oh, we didn't know. It's on a teleprompter. Somebody fucking knows. I mean, come on. They don't, like I said, the Jets are going to jet. No matter what the Jets do, no matter how happy you think it is, they're going to fuck it up. Trump is going to Trump. No matter how happy his fans get, Donald Trump is always going to do something to shoot himself in the foot. It's just, and how many times has poor Joe been called onto the carpet and he has to try to defend something or he can't defend? Common sense shit. Basic shit that you know not to do as a functioning human being. This dumbass can't do. He's like the Jets. As Mike Francesa said, they turned Aaron Rodgers into a bum. They turned a 4-time MVP, Hall of Fame, first ballot Hall of Famer into a bum. Because the Jets are going to jet and Trump is going to Trump. It's just the way it is.
Want to say for Daniel Jones?
Listen, man, at least he was never a 4-time MVP. Have you seen Aaron Jones back there? I mean, Aaron Rodgers? Ugh.
I was watching a Yankee game.
All right, enough out of you. I don't need to hear any words out of you. Fucking
You know what he's mad about? I know you saw what I posted. I go, to all the Yankees fans from us Mets fans, ain't that easy, is it? And I caught shit, but basically, I watched the game. It's the same shit we encountered, man. The Dodgers are fucking amazing, you know?
Yeah, they're good.
Man.
You off of these guys.
Yeah, they're very
Forget
good.
trying to figure out what color lights to put on the Empire State Building. They should just drape it in black cloth right now.
All right, shut
Put
up. Shut up. We're not out of it yet. Do you understand that
what do you mean?
once the Yankees are done, we are forced to focus on the Jets and the Giants? You fuckers better hope they make it to 7 games, because nobody wants to look at the Jets and the Giants.
I have an alternate. I'm a KC fan, so so I have no problem leaving town. I'm a big Mahomes fan, so yeah, at least I got KC.
Yeah, you're a fair weather fan. All right, we're gonna take our break. We got new music from MAAD and Flows featuring Chris Mega with Body and Al Jawala with Stronger. You can learn more about both them at khb-music.de. All right, we got 5 minutes.
Hey, Davin,
Yes.
you know who was in the show that did a guest spot? That was part of the Sandy Ellers was there Thursday night.
Yeah, how'd she do?
She did very well.
Yeah, she's funny.
I know, and you know, the manager and Adam, she goes, well, and I told her, I go,
Are you in at that club? Right. Gotcha.
I like you have to sneak in like an urchin.
What?
I like you have to sneak in like an urchin.
Oh.
I'm just picturing, the Dickens pickpocket and all his little followers, and you like sneak in behind him. Here, I have a wallet.
It's Wrecking Ball Radio. This is Davin's Den.
Back we are. Doing Davin's Den. Joe, Pip, me. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do some scammers. That's what we're going to do. We had a spirited conversation. I don't know if we killed Tony, but we certainly made him sick. I think we made Tony sick. I don't understand comedy.
How I know we killed Tony and talk about being out of the loop. All right.
I don't understand this profession we are in, Joe. Hot Tour Girl's a big star. This Tony Hinchcliffe's a big star. Why write? But whatever.
Believe me, big. Even if you're at the top of the ladder, big conversation about that shit at lunch this weekend. So yeah, this weekend. So
Well, there you go. Listen, I'm sure your pal looks at other people and go, how the fuck are they getting all these shots at TV shows? What happened to me? Sure, same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the TikTok. I even told him, look, you and I are at different rungs of the ladder, but it's the same fucking thing. And he's like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, his rung pays a little better and is a little bit more sturdy. Anyway, let's do some scammers. What the hell? What are you? Blow your mind. You certainly will not. That's the song. All right. So we're going to pick up on February 11th of 2023, where we last left off Davin and his scammer Catherine, after Davin pitching much woo, finally reeled her in, and then they were talking about raising a family. Things are finally progressing where I always hoped they would.
Woo!
Us two kids.
Pitching woo.
Let's see. So I asked her, what do you enjoy sexually? This was from the day before, so I'll pick it up. It's funny, I asked this at like 5:44 p.m. the day before. I don't get a response till 9:15 a.m. the next day. All right.
Whoa! Really had to think about it.
Well, I mean, if she's in if she's in Nigeria, it's probably like 10, 11 o'clock, so she might have fallen asleep. I asked her, what do you enjoy sexually? I go, we just need to make enough money so we can afford to sneak away once in a while for weekends just for us. She goes, kissing and cuddling. Yes, we need to make enough. You're right, sweetheart. I go, you vanished in the middle of our conversation. What happened, babe? So sorry, I was exhausted, my love. Good morning to the person whose smile always lights up the room. There we go. This is the bullshit I'm accustomed to.
Yes.
Go on.
I
You're
go,
sucking up. You're sucking up.
now remember, she's supposed to be in America. I don't remember where. I go, wow, that was in the afternoon. Do you feel okay? Because she, like, in America, she fell asleep in the afternoon. Yes, dear, not really. I couldn't open my phone because if I do, my headache will be bad. All right, so now she
What?
didn't fall asleep. She couldn't open her phone to continue talking with me because she has a headache, and she could not even let me know this.
Okay.
Uh-oh. There's discord in the other room. The cats are fighting. Oh, well.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh,
Aw.
I go, I'm sorry, honey. If I was there, I'd run your head. I think I meant I'd rub your head and give you a cool compress for your eyes.
I'd
I
run.
hit you with a bat. No, I think I said I'd make love.
I'd run your head over. Wait, what?
I think I meant rub your head. I'm sure I meant rub your
Okay.
head. She goes, it's fine. I'd love that. Thank you. Hope you had a rewarding night rest. I go, it was brief but okay. I was a bit worried about you. She goes, all right. Really? Thank you. She goes, of course. Are you not my sweetie? She goes, yes, you are, my love. And I get a bunch of kissy emojis. I go, then you know I'm always thinking of you. She goes, that's sweet. I am being much more affectionate with this one than I usually am. I have to reel her in to let her know that I'm really into this. So into this.
Yeah.
The innest. I'm the innest of this. I go, just facts, babe. She goes, yes, love. She goes, babe, how early do you sleep? I go, it depends. Are you making plans for us to sleep together in the literal sense? LOL. Not really. You know, you might be busy at night. I go, that's true, but I don't always chat with you when I am free. I go, that's true, but don't I always chat with you when I am free? Have I ever said it's too late for Catherine? She goes, that's true. No, baby. I go, so why are you worried about time, dear? She goes, I just want to know the time my baby goes to sleep. I go, well, tonight will be late because I am working. On nights I don't work often is around 11 p.m. By the way, it is no longer around 11 p.m. If I'm not working, I could be asleep by 9:30. It's very possible. I go, I know often when I am sleeping you are up and about. She goes, oh, really? Oh, that's great. About to. What have you eaten? Which we explained. I go, an egg, turkey, bacon, and toast. What about you? And what time do you sleep? She ate a sandwich. She goes, I sleep early, but when I'm with my love, I will extend the time. I go, will you extend it with me? She goes, for a better conversation. She tells me what she ate. I'm just trying to get to something good here. You know, it's just pretty mundane shit that I don't have to read the blow by blow of. I'm trying to find something of import. I go, just talk, no kissing? She goes, how? And then she gives me 3 kiss emojis. I go, I meant when we were together. She goes, I will surely kiss you, romantically, as opposed to being your aunt.
Did she say?
No, she said romantically, and I'm saying to you guys, as I will give you a peck on the cheek and then pinch that cheek, like your aunt, with the hairy mole. That's how I will kiss you.
And give you $5 for a treat down the street at the store.
It's almost like you don't know how this works. I have to give her $5 for a treat.
So you give somebody a hug and they hug you back, and it's like, what are you, grandma? You know what? Why don't you throw me a couple of Werthers from your purse? Make this worth while.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with a nice butterscotch Werther's original, young man.
No, there's not.
No.
There's not,
No, there's not.
I go, I would like that. She goes, I know you will. I go, cocky, and I laugh. She goes, okie dokie. What are you doing now? I go, a bit of errands. What about you? She goes, I'm taking a little bit of rest. This is 4:09 in the afternoon. I go, in bed? She goes, yes, dear, but I'm up. I go, that could be fun. Trying to get to some stuff that Pip likes. She goes, yes, it could be. She goes, do you get jealous or very protective? Now, remember, she asked me before if I get angry.
Yeah.
Now she's asking if I get jealous or very protective. That's like normal shit in a normal relationship.
Yeah, it is.
Angry kind of has a hat in there,
Yeah.
you know? Kind of connected in certain circumstances.
I almost feel like we got this all wrong. Maybe this is legit.
No.
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 It's fun to pretend, and it's fun to write content, and it's fun to fill 35 minutes of our show, but this is very fake, so fake.
Men have died.
Men have died.
Oh, I I mentioned to you guys. You guys didn't respond. I got a call from a producer at the Howard Stern show to go on the air to talk about this shit.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wrote that. Cool. Yeah, that's
No, nobody wrote back anything. Well, okay. Guess I'm talking to myself over here.
Oh, sorry.
no. Then
It-
if I did not, I believe I did write back. I said, "Cool, that's great." But if I did not, my thought.
That would be kind of.
In my head, I said, wow.
Yeah, we'll see. She's got to run it up the flagpole, but we'll see. She asked if I get jealous or protective. I said sometimes. I ask if she does. She goes, I don't usually get jealous, but I could be protective at times. I have every reason to be jealous because God, the Creator himself, is jealous. Why won't I be? You know what? God is jealous. She's actually, you can't make an idol. Why? You afraid I'm going to cheat on you with gold?
There's no other God but him. Yeah, and boy, oh boy, if you do something, he throws locusts, the earthquakes, a big flood. Yeah, he can be a little testy sometimes.
This
Yes.
might be.
God can be a honey bunch sometimes about things. Yeah.
This
God
might be the most on point
God
thing. I can't believe a scammer said that. Good for her.
Yeah.
There you go.
I go, who's God jealous of? She goes, those who worship small gods, demonic ones. You know what? This one actually does know the Bible
Yeah.
and the original.
Yes. She,
I go, is that why he smites people? And then there was no response. So we go to the next day. I go, why? This is February 12th. I go, why did you ask if I get jealous? She goes, nothing. We might be jealous of any reason. Good morning, love. I go, good morning, baby. I try not to be jealous, but it's hard with our distance, to be honest. I'm also afraid I love you more than you love me. That kind of scares me. She goes, really? Does distance bother you, my love? What makes you think you love me more than I do? She meant more than I do her. And then she does me. She goes, I just wish you could open my heart and see what's going through it. Open heart surgery. There's nothing more romantic than cutting open a chest cavity.
that's what I pictured too. I'm like, whoa, why?
On a very special Davin's Den, we perform open heart surgery.
Might be on me the way I've been feeling
Well,
lately.
that's not good.
Oh gosh.
What's wrong with you?
I've been getting winded and stuff like that. I think it's because of the neuropathy in my legs. So I got the cardiologist in 3 weeks. Hopefully I'll make it in time.
No, well, yeah, it's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, then I don't have to go in. I don't have to get you business cards if you're going to be dead within 3 weeks. Why should I waste the time and effort?
Take him back after the wake.
No, well, it's not like it's not like they're going to bury him with you in the casket.
I know. Take the thing. Get Rich Carucci as another host, and he keeps going. What can I tell you?
All right, who's bringing the lights and sound for Joe's funeral? The comics. Can we sell merch on the casket? Yeah, I don't see why not.
What are you going to get people in?
Sure. I go, it does bother me some. I just know how badly I wanted you to see me as worthy of your love, and you had reservations, which is completely fair. Sometimes I feel like maybe I care about you too much so soon. It's a bit scary. I've never taken this tack with a scammer before.
No. This is new.
Well, you've been with this one. You've been going in
Yeah,
a little hot and heavy than usually you do.
yeah. I gotta woo this one. Usually they woo me.
Yeah, and it's kind of disappointing that you have to do so much of the heavy lifting.
What do you want me to tell you? She didn't get the outline of how it's supposed to work.
Apparently not.
She goes, really? Babe, we will see, that's for sure. Babe, don't be scared. I always have you in my mind, my love. I cherish you, and that's why I pray to God for a good husband. Now I've got a good one that proves what love means to me. I go, okay, thank you for trying to put my mind at ease, baby. It means a lot. Give her a kiss emoji. She goes, you're welcome, my love. What have you eaten? Again, we're with the fucking eating thing. I go, a bowl of Cheerios. Very exciting. How about you? She goes, nothing yet. I go, I predict you will eat something with beef today. She's been eating a lot of beef. What? I ask her what her plans are. She goes, not really. I want to go to church, dear, to pray for us. She's going to pray for us, kids.
Yeah.
Do you need praying for?
Yeah, well, Joe does.
Yeah. But they're going for that whole, it is typical with the whole religious tact that they're going for.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I go, you need to eat first, honey. I don't think it's good to pray on an empty stomach. You'll be praying, but God will only hear grumble, grumble, grumble from your tummy.
Well, if she's a Catholic, they give her a cookie midway through, so we'll see what happens.
And a drink of some wine, too. So it's a good...
Yep.
She goes, I understand, my love. It's the best thing, my love. I go, I always have your best interest in heart. She goes, really? You're the best. I go, of course, honey. You're such a good person, a kind soul, beautiful. You're a dream come to life. She goes, thanks, sweetie. Aw. Then I give her a bunch of like heart emojis, kissing emojis, that crap. She gives me a bunch of hearts, all that good stuff. And then like one...
Yeah, you're a romantic beast. I gave her a lot of that crap.
Let me tell you something. In the back 40 of the farm, there's 2 shit spreaders, and the guys on them going, man, we're good, but not like him.
Thank you. Thank you. Finally, respect I deserve as a shit spreader. I go, aw, you've gone to church. She goes, yes, I just want to tell you I'm in church now, so talk to you later. Love you. Go, love you too, baby. And then, this is still all relatively close. Sweetheart, our prayers shall be answered. That's what she says. All right. We can do one more and take it to Valentine's Day, because we're on February 13th, or we can stop. Joe, what say you? What? One more?
Yeah.
Take it one more.
So this is the day before Valentine's Day, or as we like to call it, when are you going to send your scammer a gift card day?
You got to really, this is a prediction, you're really going to turn on the jets now.
I'm going to have to. Let's see how this turns out.
Yeah.
I go, did something happen to make you certain they will? She goes, I don't understand. She goes, wake up, my love. Flowers, smiles, and laughters are waiting for you. Make a new day, sweetheart. I promise to fill it with my unconditional love, hours of laughter and endless happiness. By the way, that was the same thing they said on the Trump rally brochure. And sends me a bunch of hearts. I go, they certainly that made you say our prayers will be answered. I thought maybe something happened at church. She goes, nothing happened. It's just like our heart desires. We might have something in mind for good. So may God say amen to it. Hope you understand, my love. I go, I do. I love it. She goes, that's great. What have you eaten? Hope you've slept well. I go, I was just worried about you, to be honest. I do not hear from you after church, but I'm glad all is good with you. She goes, I was too, because you might be wondering about what I'm doing. I go, well, now you know you're always on my mind, love. She goes, when I came back from church, I ate and take a shower, then sleep. So I woke up late and I messaged you as soon as I woke up. I never ate anything when going to sleep. You are too, darling. All right. We are like just trying to connect with each other. That's what we're doing. Just 2 kids in a very ordinary relationship. That's what I would say.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
She goes, well, here is your good night kiss. I go, well, here is your good night kiss. Here is your good morning kiss. And here is a kiss because I love you. Huh? She goes, so sweet. I go, just how I feel about my Catherine. Nothing more, nothing less. She goes, much love. Send her a bunch of heart emojis. She sends me an emoji of a bride and a groom. I go, really? Wow, wow. She gives me a bunch of kiss emojis. Babe, have you eaten? Again, this is a Nigerian thing. You know, that's how are you? I go, a little.
Yeah.
That's just what they do. I go, a little, have you? She goes, yes, I have, my love. What are you doing today? I go, good. I am doing some research on the biggest love fails of the past year, trying to compile a list. What are you doing, baby? Listen, show prep is show prep.
Did she find that odd? Did she find that odd? What you're doing? What for? What?
Yeah.
Well, Joe, to answer that question, I would have to take us to Valentine's Day. So, do you want me to do Valentine's Day or stop here?
Suspense. Keep it in suspense.
Yeah, well, let's wait for Valentine's Day. That should be good.
All right. We will do Valentine's Day when we pick up. What would you guys say were the takeaways from this one?
I would say the takeaway is that she's getting more lovey-dovey as you are. You know, you're not on the offensive that you were before. She's starting to bite in. You're wooing her, or you're falling into her trap. So it remains to be seen. There will be a gift card coming up soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, she's going to start saying, prove to me your love.
She hasn't yet.
No, not yet, but she's going to.
Well, she sent you a picture of a bride and groom.
That's true.
And we call that a bait.
Yeah.
So, she will see what happens.
I think they are falling more deeply for each other. I think that's what's happening.
Um,
Mm.
I guess, but you know what? It's just saying, "Oh, I miss you. I think you're great, Smoochie." I mean, it's just so empty because they know basically nothing about each other.
Well, what do you want me to do? Send a dick pic? I mean, what do you want? What do you want?
No,
Might come to that.
we've seen how that's gone before.
You have to get a stunt penis and then send that on in.
Ye old stunt penis.
I don't think it would work on this one.
No, this one. No, this one's kind of smart. It's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Like to think.
Black with veins.
So Sensei Russ, our pal, and I have a wager on the election of $1. And so if Harris wins, he must make me penny alla vodka. And if Trump wins, must make matzo ball soup, which means I got to tell the wife to make matzo ball soup. And the caveat is we must eat the meal together to show that America still works. I love it. I love it.
That's nice.
Yes. So Sensei Russ and I, who we thank for supporting this show, have a lot to gain, probably more than most of this election next week. We probably have more to lose and gain than most people have. You could tell me about, Take America Back and women's reproductive rights. I'm talking matzo ball soup and penny alla vodka, kids.
Those are the real stakes.
The real stuff. All right, Joe.
Portobello is Bergen County, New Jersey's most exclusive fine dining Italian restaurant. Now, the Tuscan Villa setting will make you feel like you've been transported to the old country. And every dish prepared with care and attention to detail. And the Portobello chefs are dedicated to any dietary need, thus ensuring every visit is not just a meal, but it's going to be an experience. Portobello is open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday, and on Sunday, Portobello features a sumptuous brunch in addition to the dinner menu, which is available all day. Friday and Saturday nights, Portobello features live entertainment starting at 9 p.m. Portobello Banquets, now that's your destination for that special event. Sweet 16, wedding, office party, business dinner, anything that has to impress, because their professional staff will ensure that event will not be just an occasion, but it is going to be a memory. Portobello Banquets also hosts the popular comedy shows throughout the year, which are produced by my pal, Davin of Side Spinning Productions. Great show coming up November 8th with Kevin Bartini. Check that on out. Experience all that Portobello has to offer. 175 Ramapo Valley Road in Oakland, New Jersey. Learn more. Call them 201-337-8990. That is 201-337-8990. Visit their website, portobellonj.com. You deserve the best. You deserve a great night out. You deserve Portobello.
Side Spinning Productions for your comedic needs, holiday parties, roasts. Better than Kill Tony, I promise you. 551-404-3094, 551-404-3094, and of course, davincomedy.com. Kids, this is my last show. For fuck's sake, of the World Series this is my last show in my 40s. Very depressing. Very depressing.
Oh, that's right.
I'm going to be an old fuck. So
Yeah. Join the club.
yeah, I don't want to join that club.
Happy birthday, you old fuck.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. So Joe, I know you're with me on Saturday. Is there anything else going on?
Yeah, I'm going to be on Bonnie Scalisi's show at 8:30. So go to Bonnie Scalisi on Facebook. Check that out. We'll be talking politics. Yeah, because we never talk about it here. But yeah, check that on out. And looking forward to being with you, sir, Port Jervis, at the Rotary Club at Port Jervis. Go to their Facebook page for information. It's going to be a fun night.
And that's on Saturday, November 2nd. And Sunday, November 3rd, I'll be in Toms River, New Jersey at the Greenbrier Woodlands Gated Community. Fun weekend of comedy. All right. Let me cue up the music for us so we can get out of here. Joe has to go into his wardrobe and change into his Trump T-shirt for the Bonnie Scalisi show, as we will orally fellate our great leader and say how wise he is and talk shit about the liberals. So if you want to hear Joe get away with all the shit he can't do here, go to the Bonnie Scalisi show.
I think Bonnie's guys are going to say the same thing on the intro.
What, Joe's going to get away with all this shit he can't say, that where he won't be fact-checked?
Yeah.
I know where you just came from. You're with friends here. But I'm with friends here. I love you guys. You're like your family.
Yes, same.
Ay. I'm just... not you. The TV.
Huh?
Nothing good is on the TV.
Oh, what's the score?
Oh, it's 2-0 already.
Stop!
Freddie Freeman went yard again.
I'm sorry. Get the black netting for the Empire State Building ready.
We couldn't get that. We couldn't get past that pitching either. I don't know what to tell you.
No, it's not the pitching. It's their hitter. Their hitter is like hit home runs in 6 consecutive World Series games, dating back to 2022. It's a problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I know. We'll save you time to couch.
That couch is sticky and full of Trump commemorative coins. I want nothing to do with that couch.
Yeah.
I know the feeling because after this we have football to deal with, and it's not even to deal with. Both of our teams think on ice it's going to be a bad season. I think the Giants are worse than the Jets, to tell you the truth.
Oof.
So I think we both think, you know.
Yeah, it's like picking between a 900-pound woman or a woman with goiters all over her face. Which one's worse? I just want to go into my corner and not look at either one of them and jerk off. That's what I want to do. Which is how I watch the Jets and the Giants.
I wish I could get into hockey or basketball. There would be some relief there, but no.
No.
I've got to sit through a single football season and wait till spring training again.
All right, that's enough of this. I will now have done to me what I've done to every woman, and there will be a lot of disappointment for several hours. Okay, that's enough of this. Joe has to make a wardrobe change and put on MAGA head. What is that, Pip?
I just want to wish our listeners a happy Halloween.
Oh, that's right. Happy anniversary, Pip. Happy anniversary. No, it's Pip's anniversary on Halloween.
That's right.
Oh, that's right. Happy anniversary.
Yes,
Thank you.
It's when the Crypt Keeper rolled over and go, nah, already dead. All right, let's go. If you like us, tell a friend. If you hate us,
Tell no one.
either way, please keep on listening and watching.